Hey, B, it's JamiThatsMe here, and we're back for another episode of the Ultimatum, and this is episode 8, so let us hop right on into it. So, y'all know that Nick pretty much went off on Sandy the other night and made it a big old deal. Don't touch me, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to be around you, and all this and that, all because she kissed JR for a second time. Like, listen, he's getting on my damn nerves. He decided to come back around and apologize to her or whatever, and all I could think about was what Sandy said was him having emotional instability. And when I tell y'all I'm sick of it, I am fucking tired of him. I can't even take it from where I sit watching the show. I don't see how she takes it dealing with the relationship on a daily basis. Like, girl, abort mission immediately. I'm so sick of his mood swings or whatever the fuck he got going on. He coming over there talking about, so I'm sorry, I don't know what got into me as far as my reaction or whatever. I love you. And she's like, sir, love doesn't fix anything. He's like, okay. He kind of like turns around and walks off. And it's like, okay, you thought that you was gonna be able to just do the same shit that you always do, which you show your ass and then tell this girl you love her, and she's supposed to be like, okay, let's move on. The fact that you walked off was a sign of dismissing her, in my opinion, because he turned around, kind of walked off, and I think he went to go sit on the couch or whatever. So she tells him he needs to have respect for the other person. She thinks he tests her or whatever. She thinks that he was testing her to see what she'll stick around for, and says that he is toxic. Okay, and that makes for an unhealthy relationship. I do think that y'all both are damn toxic, in all honesty, and I think that you enjoy the toxicity of it all. But I do hope, even though you had such a strong likeness and such a strong attraction towards Jr., even though I didn't like it, I do hope that it made you aware that there are other options out here for you, and you don't have to like stick with that, and you don't have to be toxic all the time. I feel like you are toxic because partly because of Nick and how he shows up. I don't think you really gave that energy to JR. So you could potentially go on, be with a whole nother person, and show up as a whole different person in that relationship based on who you partner with. Clearly, that's what we saw this entire show, right? So I just want you to like get out of that. Like, it's like, ugh. Like a grown ass man having these temper tantrums because he can't get his way. Girl, fuck that man. Okay, let him go on his old ass. And I just feel like he's so stressed and pressed about, oh, I love you so much and you're the best person and this and that, all this other bullshit that he's spilling out to you. Girl, that man just don't want to be lonely. That's why he was losing his fucking mind being alone. And I feel like things happen for a reason, and it was a reason he was supposed to be alone on this journey. His experience was supposed to be for him to be alone so that he knows how to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't. Like, Nick just gets on my nerves. Okay, like I need him to sit in his L and sit in his loneliness sometimes. But let's keep going. So she says that no. So he then says how she feels about things is valid, and then says there are things about him that he doesn't really like about himself. Some part of that is giving manipulation, in my opinion. I don't think in relationships you should constantly tell your partner the things that you don't like about yourself, and then you're not actively working on fixing those things. This ain't some new SHI. This has been an issue, and you've been known that. Stop coming trying to have sympathy or trying to gain sympathy and be like, there's things about myself that I don't like. Oh my God, I should do better. And you don't. That's so manipulative. I feel like it ain't no different than you saying to a person like, I don't even know why you're with me. You're all of this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, I can't. Go get your help. And you need to get that help alone without having a girl. So she says he knows what she wants and what she deserves, okay? And if he can't give that to her, then he need to let her go. And I say, now, BIT, I'm with you when you're right. I'm with you when you're right. But I'm going to also tell you this, okay? He does not always get to make the decision on when you leave. So for you to say he knows what you want and what you deserve and all this and that, you know what you want and you know what you deserve. You don't have to wait around for him to let you go, but you can walk away. You do know that. Which is what I hope you do at the end of this episode, and you choose yourself. And that's where I have to agree with JR on when he's like, choose yourself. Because you should. Whether you try to go be with JR or not, or whatever you're going to be trying to do, girl, you need to choose your damn self, and you need to abort mission. Because you could do bad all by yourself. You don't need nobody mm-mm. And after this experience, I can imagine the type of trauma that it creates within Nick and how he's going to show up in your relationship. He's probably always going to be, if he never really overly checked on you before, he's probably going to overly check on you now. So you say that he doesn't spend enough time with you and give you certain things that you need. I feel like he may overdo it now, all out of his fear of you going and being with somebody else. And that may become a bit too much. Okay? He might give you too much of his damn time. So be careful what you ask for, girl. You just might get that and more, and you just may not like it. Now, I'm not saying it shouldn't be a desire of yours, but I could just see him like overdoing it just a bit. He does tell her that he loves her so much. But like I said earlier, I just really think that Nick doesn't want to be alone. He just does not want to be alone, and he wants things on his terms. In a sense, he wants to be able to pick you up and throw you away when he feels like it, and pick you up and throw you away. I don't like that. You know she kissed him once, and then for you to learn that she kissed him twice and you didn't find out about it, I just feel like you really showed your ass. Okay? I just really feel like you just did too much. I don't know if you be wanting her to run behind you or what's going on. But then he's trying to say, oh, well, how I've shown up in this experience is completely different than how I've shown up in, before this experience and in real life or whatever the case is. Then I'm like, nah, NIGGA, that's who you is. That's exactly how you showed up. You showed up as who the fuck you are. And that's been you. Okay, girl. Anyway, so let's get to Zena and JR. She talks about how she wants to dig deeper with him and learn more about him, right? So it sounds like she kind of, in a sense, wants to start over and like reconnect and kind of make it seem like, like it's new again, right? So he speaks on being insecure and being called ugly back in the day. And I said, I told y'all, that's why he comes off the way that he comes off, like he's just God's gift to women when he ain't. Like you still don't look that great. Like, and everybody looks good to somebody. And I'm not gonna say that JR is completely unattractive, because that's not the thing. But when we see your attitude and how you definitely move like you finer than what you are. Like, you're not The Rock or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not some of these other fine. You're not like a Tyson Beckford or something. Like, you just like chill out, baby. Like, cool it down, bookie butt. And like, you all right. Okay. So he's now embracing who he is and how handsome he feels he is and all this and that, because obviously he's getting the looks and the reactions from the girls. Okay. So she asked him, when did he realize that he was in love with her? And I think he kind of like looked at her and laughed for a second. And then he says, when he asked her to be his girlfriend, and he says that he loved the conversation that they had and he just wanted to be around her. And he was like, dang, I love this girl. She said, oh, it was that quick? I said, ooh. Was it that quick? Because what he's saying about you ain't too different than what the hell he was saying about Sandy. So you just fall in love with everybody at any given moment is what he's giving for me. Not to be trusted. Okay? So okay. He says his love for her hasn't changed for her at all, but he wonders if he loves her as much as she loves him. Baby, the fact that he said that SHI out his mouth, another indicator to run. I feel like that was him really telling her, like, I know for a fact you love me more than I love you. I know for a fact you're more into me than I'm into you. That's what I'm hearing when he says that. And she says, if you question whether you love me more or less, is a problem. It surely hell is, girl. She says she never wants to chase a man. She says she feels like, he said, oh, you feel like you chase me? She said, yeah, sometimes I do. Yes, the hell you do, girl. Watching this damn episode and seeing you done damn got him a gift for his birthday. Okay, got him a gift. Then turned around and got balloons. Well, actually, she got him a just because gift. I guess just because it was leading up to his birthday or some shit. Then she turned around with having the balloons and all of this extra stuff. And I'm like, where are your just because things? I feel like this is how you always show up in a relationship. You always giving, 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 giving. And let me tell y'all something. Most of the people that show up like that in their relationship rarely get out of, and just as a person, because that strike me as that's just who she is as a person, they rarely get the same in return. I think they give because that is what they're seeking. And they rarely ever get that. So I know for a fact he not doing this. He not doing that. Okay. And it's making her look bad. It makes her look good as a genuine person, but it makes her look bad because it does seems like she's, I'm not gonna say trying to buy his love, but trying something in that arena, in a sense. Okay. So she says she wants someone that is absolutely sure about her. She don't want to run after nobody. She don't want to chase nobody. Sometimes she feel like that's what she has to do with him. And I just feel like if I got to keep chasing you, why the fuck am I gifting you stuff? But that's a part of the chase, ain't it? That's a part of the chase, which is, showering him with gifts. I guess that's your way of showing how much you appreciate him and how much you really want this relationship. But how does he show you? By making you orgasm? Since he's the first person to make you do it? Is that how he does it? To show you that he loves you? Oh, okay, girl. All right, so let's get to Scotty and JR. No, I think it's is it Scotty and JR? No, I think it's maybe it's Arya. So anywho, I wrote the wrong thing down. So anywho, he thinks he is working on his imperfections after his trial marriage with Zena. I strongly disagree. I don't think that you're working on them at all. At all. I don't think that you're in tune with anything. And the fact that you showed up at the end of your trial marriage the way that you did with her confirms that you have not really been putting into work the things that you learned throughout that relationship, in all honesty, because if so, you would have handled that shit much differently that night. Okay? That's what you would have did. So he says that he's over the dynamic of her and Caleb. That's what he says, but I don't believe him because I think he brings it up again. So he wants sexual and physical touch is what he says. And he feels like she doesn't give that to him. And I said, well, that's really interesting because it seems like she was willing to give all of that to Caleb if Caleb would have just gave her the sign to do that. But she didn't want to overstep her boundaries, and she wanted to respect or overstep his boundaries and respect Caleb's boundaries. That's why she didn't. But if Caleb would have given her more affection, more of a touch and stuff, which he kind of did a little bit, probably even kissed her, she would have went in for that. You know why? Because Caleb makes her feel safe. When she was telling Caleb, you make me feel seen and heard and all of that, that means you make me feel safe. Okay? And she does not feel safe with you, Scotty. The only reason she's still with you, in my opinion, is because of history. And that's what she's used to at this time. And I also think that I feel like maybe just have a fear of letting you go and potentially regretting that later on, like not being sure of herself and if she's making the right decision. But I feel like you are. If you decide to walk away from him, Miss Arya, you're making the right decision. So Scotty doesn't make her feel safe, is what I said. That's why she doesn't give him the affection that he's seeking. Another thing I think that Scotty may often be on edge all the time, and she doesn't really know how to take him. I feel like even though they live in different states or cities or whatever, when they do link up, it's often some friction. I think that they may best get along when they're not even together. And that's probably why she enjoys the relationship so much. Who knows? Okay. So Scotty, he's getting on my nerves, is what I said. She's trying to tell him that it's something she is improving on when it comes to the affection. And that's something she's working on the same way that he was telling her about the issues he's currently working on. So he says, but he flips it. And instead of talking about where they are in the moment and the things they're actively working on now, he flips it and makes it about the entire time they've been in a relationship. And that's not what she was trying to talk about. She was trying to talk about the same thing you were talking about. Not so much as how you've shown up the whole relationship, but the things that you're trying to work on post trial marriage. That is what she is trying to talk about, in my opinion. And he's making it about you never do it the entire time. You never do it. You're not affectionate. You're not this. You're not that. Right? So, of course, that'll frustrate somebody. Okay? So, then he tells her she doesn't like hearing anything negative about herself. And I said, baby, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You the one that don't like hearing anything negative about your fucking self. That's what's going on. And I do not like people like you just. Oh, I can't stand. I just, girl, this season is a mess, honey. It is a mess. All of the seasons, I'm sure, are gonna be a mess when you have situations like this. But, sir, you project a lot, and before you go on to be somebody's husband, I think that you need to go and resolve the things that are unresolved within you and your spirit. I just don't think that you have the tools to be a good husband. Like, you can't, I just don't, I feel like a husband should be gentle, when it comes to her emotions and things, and should know how to properly have conversations. And I understand if both of y'all are not going to be at a resolve, but at least one of y'all need to be able to resolve stuff. And even if Arya tries to resolve things, I don't think he's just not gonna allow it. They just gonna get to arguing and stuff. I feel like a lot of times she never get her point across fully because she's always crying. And I think he sees her as weak, and it makes him respect her even less, instead of standing your ground, no tears, and saying what the hell you say. Instead, she gets frustrated or whatever with him, and then she just busts out crying and stuff. And it's like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, when he sees her do that, he knows that he's triggered her. He knows that he's won the argument. He knows that she did not fully get out what she needed to say. He knows that however she was about to make him feel, he pushed it back off on her. Now she gets to feel it, and she gets to go off and deal with those issues. And he's just going to shrug his shoulders and not care and just move on like ain't shit happened. You don't have the tools, baby. Y'all, I wouldn't want no marriage like that. If you're seeing the dynamic of your relationship and y'all don't even live together, and I mean, to me, I just feel like if you're dealing with this and y'all are in two different cities, imagine what it's gonna be like when y'all come together. If he's nitpicky about you when y'all are apart, imagine what it's gonna be like when y'all are together. And I just wouldn't want that for my marriage. Like, I just won't want that. But okay, girl. So she's frustrated, okay, because he isn't giving her any credit for trying, right? He says he isn't going to spare her feelings, and if he isn't getting something, then he isn't going to marry her. Okay, like, you do know that you were the one that brought her here, right? You're talking to her like she asked you to propose to her, or she asked you to be married. Like, you brought her there. Why are you talking to her like, if you don't get your SHI together, then you're not going to get this ring? I'm not going to propose it. Okay, go. Okay. I'm so confused. Like, why are you talking to her like that? Oh, he's whack. So Mariah and Caleb. So they're continuing to have some friction, and he's saying that he answers all of her questions, and she just decides that she gonna get mad and storm off. Okay, and she says, "Well, all I wanted from you was like, I just wanted a hug," and I'm like, why? If you're the one that's upset, I'm confused. Like, okay, so you asking him questions, he's answering them. You're getting upset. You storm off. You wanted him to hug you. He's upset with you running off. And I guess being up, you're asking questions that you don't want the answer to. And when I answer them honestly, in his opinion, you're getting upset. You're storming off. So basically, you want him to run behind you or something. Like, y'all need to get it together. So he's like, but why should I go hug you when I'm the one that's feeling away because you over here judging me? I kind of understood that just a little piece. Like, it's given she was pulling a little bit of a nick. Okay, showing your ass. You're asking questions that you don't want the answer to. You get the answers that you don't want to hear. You get upset, you storm off, and you want this person to run behind you. I'm not going to do that. I'm not finna run out. So anywho, so she says she just wants to express how she feels and not judge. And that's where he be getting it mixed up, because she just be asking questions, and I don't understand how her asking questions makes him feel judged. And if you often assume that you're being judged when questions are asked, then that means that you're going to shape your answers a certain way to prevent being judged. And then you get mad because she still judges the answers that you're giving, because you're not really being authentic. And not everybody mad. You know what I'm saying? When she could see through the BS that you're giving. So y'all, girl, listen, this is just weird. So then she puts him through the things and says that she doesn't know why she put him through stuff, and she self-sabotages or whatever because he seems too good to be true and all of that. And I'm like, maybe that's possible as well. You feel like he's too good to be true. Like, a lot of women self-sabotage situations and try to find the wrong in everything when it's really nothing else beyond that. And if you gotta find, and this is just my personal, I know I say therapy for a lot of people or a lot of situations, but it's real, because I feel like I used to be one of those people that used to self-sabotage as well, and I had to work through that, and consider the possibility that what you're thinking is not true. There could be so many different reasons to things, and sometimes it could be just what that is. Like, if a person's not answering the phone, you may assume, oh, he must be talking to another girl, he must be with another girl. No, maybe he's on an important call and he's gonna give you a call right back when this is over. Maybe he's having an important conversation with somebody at work, and as soon as that ends, he's gonna call you back. Okay, it just could be so many different things that could be going on. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're standing outside their car pumping their gas, and the car is sitting in the phone is sitting in the car. Like, it could be so many different reasons. But then one person mind will go to the negative, and it's like, consider the possibility that it's not what you think negatively. But anywho, girl, figure it out. Nick and Sandy, they meet, okay, with her mom, and she gives her an update on the whole process and the experience and how it was for Nick, and things with JR. And then at some point, Nick gets up and leaves the table, and the mom wants to dive deeper into how her daughter's feeling and get her insight and stuff. And she does admit that her and Nick have similarities and it's cool, but she did notice a different type of daughter when she saw her with JR. Okay, it was giving a difference. It definitely was giving a difference. Okay. Her mom doesn't see it for Nick, in my opinion. But it seems like she gonna step back and let her daughter make her own decision, because that's just how she is. She gonna do that anyway. So good luck. Zena and JR. I said, why did she get this man a gift? Why? That's what she gave him, a gift, and I think it was like some type of barbecue something or whatever. And I just said, girl, Zena, girl, get up. Get up, mama. Arya and Scotty. And then, why are you awarding the NIGGA that just sat up here, kissed a whole nother bitch more than one time, and you didn't know about it, and only for you to find out at a later time that the nigga lied, because he about kissed her 3 times, if not more. So why are you gifting somebody? He getting gifts for bad behavior, because you didn't say nothing about his birthday. Maybe do something nice for his birthday. I mean, that is your man. You know what I'm saying? But then when you gave an excuse the last time, when you was like, you found out about about him kissing the girl, you gonna sit up there and say, well, I can't really be mad. You know what I'm saying? Because we weren't really together at the time. So I'm like, I mean, you right, but still. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he cut off, well, no, I can't even say that, because I'm kind of glad Zena and JR cut off each other and blocked each other and had completely no access to each other, because I think everybody should have done that. You know what I'm saying? But if she was a little bit of mad, I guess it won't hurt. So maybe she does have a point when she says, I can't be mad because we weren't together. But some part of me don't like that. I feel like it's still excusing his poor behavior, and it definitely gives hall pass. That's exactly what he got. So for him and Zayna to have had a conversation that, oh, if we're gonna have restrictions, then I'm not gonna come on the show. Basically, if I like the girl that I like and I want to fuck her, then I should have the hall pass to do what I want to do while we on the show. That's what it was given. So for you to try and front Scotty and be upset about somebody putting hall pass narratives out there about you, when you know that's really why you came onto this show, on top of trying to figure out what's what with Sandy. Yeah, you dog ass wrong. And then, in my opinion, to take your trial marriage so damn serious that you will put this girl on a level a bit above Sandy, babe, wifey, all of this other extra shit. I feel like you gave more energy, in my opinion, to Sandy in those 3 weeks than what the hell I'm seeing you get a Zayna in these few. Girl, but that's your man, honey. So, anywho, Aria and Scotty. So, he loves to pounce on her about something that she's not doing. He loves to do it, but don't want to hear it himself. Oh, girl, definitely had an ex like that. Like, this man is trash. Do not marry that man. Do not save yourself, and I promise you're gonna be glad that you did, bitch. And I hate it for the bitch that's married to my ex now, girl. Hate it for you, but you're younger than us, so he probably got the right one, baby. Gullible. So anywho, so he wants to be praised and validated and all of that, and she owns up to that, but he never validates her, in my opinion. I'm like, he wants to be validated, but you never he wants to be validated, but he never validates you. This is a one-sided ass relationship. He just wants control. Like, I don't know, Scotty, you might need to go get another young, impressionable girl or something. And I wouldn't even recommend that, because all you're gonna be doing is tearing up another life. To be honest, you need to go get some work. So then says she holds him to the standard of past guys that have done her wrong. That could potentially be true. But a great amount of that is her holding you to the standard of how you treat her and calling out your actions, and you don't like to hear it. And instead of you acknowledging, and this is another level of accountability she wants you to take, you have to find somewhere to place the blame. You place the blame, in my opinion, on her, and then move the blame Not only from just her, but to the guys too. Like, it can't be me being the problem. It must be the past guys that's the problem. And then now you're taking that and putting that on me. Do y'all get what the fuck? Okay. I cannot stand this guy. I thought he was good in the beginning. And honestly, that's really because I really like Zena. Zena is like the only person I like on this show. Okay, and maybe a piece of Caleb, but primarily the like Zena is her. Okay, and primarily where she looked like she was happy, I was happy. All right, but sir, you are a plum fucking fool if I've ever seen one. And when I tell you, y'all better do his ass bad at their reunion, I mean it. I mean it. Arya, if you don't have a backbone, bitch, you need to go find you need to do something. You need to get on the operating table. Okay? And you need somebody to put a backbone in you, baby, on the day of the reunion. Like, you gonna need to do something for me, honey. Gonna have to stand in it. And I don't want to see no tears. It's giving Mary J. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna shed no tear. No, I'm not gonna cry. No. Cause you not worth it, bitch. For real. Like, you better go. Anywho, so Zena and JR. So she tells him that she thinks she fell in love with him all over again. Girl, we didn't even see that. I hate that we didn't get more episodes of y'all together now that y'all are back after the trial. They spent a few episodes on the trial marriage, but now that y'all are back with each other, we don't even really get to see much of why the hell you feel like you fell in love so much so that you was gifting him. And honestly, Miss Zana, what I'm starting to think is that he made you orgasm. And after every damn orgasm, you be feeling so that you decide to go out and spend your damn money buying this nigga gifts. No, ma'am. It's some more to relationships than that, girl. So he asks if no, she speaks on being glad that he was paired with Sandy, is what she said. And he asked if she thought that he was gonna leave with Sandy at some point, and she was like, no, absolutely not. I never thought that. And I think he was like, why? Or something. And it's like, you get a rise out of people being jealous about you, i.e. Nick, or jealous of you talking to another woman. Like, it's something about it, and it just makes me feel like your insecurities from your past marriage before you became who you were is what you experienced in the past, and you enjoy seeing that on other people now that you feel like you're a prize of some sort. Girl, so he thinks Zana is a really good person, and he says took him 3 years to see that. He feels like an idiot for doubting her and thinks she'll make an amazing wife. Bitch, and I have to say it so as hard as I can with the hardest bitch that I can dig up from my fucking core in my coop. Do you hear what I'm saying? If y'all don't get this motherfucker out my face, this man sat up here and said, I hate it took me 3 years. Hear what I say, bitch, and rewind if you need to. Because hear me, bitch. Okay? This man said it took him 3 years, and it took him 3 years to see that she's a really good person. But motherfucker, and you better come close when I say this, your ass only knew Sandy for 3 weeks, if that, and had the audacity to sit across from that girl at that table, look over to Sandy and say, you're a really great person. You have a really good heart. Oh, you saw all of that about Sandy in just a few weeks, but with your own girl, the one that's showering you with all of these damn gifts and praising your bitch ass, you gonna sit up here and say you hate that it took you 3 years to realize how good of a person she is? Bitch, if you don't let this man get the hell up from the table, okay? Matter of fact, you need to flip that motherfucking table over, is what you need to do, and get the hell up. Girl, because it's really giving. Don't let a motherfucker tell you more than one time that he don't want you. Because that's how I'm feeling in this moment. Because, girl, what? When I tell you it's so much more better out there you could get, I'm talking about so much better. So much better. Somebody that's going to listen to you, love, support you in all facets. They're going to have a body if that's what you want. Okay? They're going to have a look, whatever it is. Like, girl, they're going to have the whole nine. And about going to have a little piece of coin. Then JR. And you ain't going to have to question. It's not going to take a lot to question. They're going to really show that to you in the first year, high key. Like, what the fuck is this? what the fuck is this, bitch? Like, what the fuck is this? But you over here talking about you feel like you fell in love all over again. Do you hear yourself? And this nigga just sat in your face and sit up here and praise this other bitch that he don't even know like that. Like he really know her insides and out. And I feel like that was so disrespectful. Even if you was trying to sock it to Nick, still have a bit of respect for her. Because he already saw how Zena was looking. That's why he sat up there and said, I mean, they're both amazing women. Yeah, because you saw her looking at you, rolling her eyes like, what the fuck is this man talking about? While you're sitting up here on a fucking tangent for God knows how long praising Sandy. But then you want to get your whack ass at this table talking about some damn, I hate it took me 3 years to realize how good of a person you are. Boy, if you don't get the what? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's why I'm glad she ain't got your bitch as on her page. That's not a man that's worthy of going on your page at all. Okay? Talk about something the woman can post, but I don't think the husband can. Like, if you're talking like that, then, sir, you ain't trying to have no serious relationship. And after you've been so scarred from your past marriage and you're using that as an excuse, you really don't need to be married. And he definitely doesn't think you're the one. But anywho, girl, so Arya and Scotty, so they talk about their experience and how she's glad they came because he's being a better person for her, and she's falling in love again, and he tells and she tells him twice, okay? She tells him twice that she loves him, and I didn't hear that motherfucker say a thing. That's when they was sitting on the bed. I didn't hear him say shit. He just looked at her. And is he changing? Or we just not seeing enough? Because I'm not seeing that. Every time I see Scotty, he coming at you about something that you need to do better. Oh, like what? Mm-mm. So Zena showering him again with balloons for his birthday. Talking about JR, she's over there showering him with balloons again for his birthday and all of that. And he says he understands why she wants commitment and why she wants commitment and all. And she's been the best girlfriend he's ever had, and he don't want to let go. And she's been the best girlfriend you ever had, but Miss Sandy was the person that was the best listener you've ever encountered in your entire life. But Zena has been the best girlfriend you've ever had? Baby, you my everything. What? Are you okay? We could do it real big. You be up on everything. Like, are you okay? Ooh, I swear I want this forever, man. You are forever because you hold me down. That's the only reason why. And you give him these damn gifts and stuff. Girl, if you don't get your ass on. Oh, I can't. So then Nick and Sandy, so he doesn't want to lose her, but wants her to feel respected and happy. Well, you're not going to do that, so let her go. And he is accepting that this could be their last night together. I surely hope that it is, okay? I surely hope that it is, all right? So Arya, back to her, she says that she feels more clear about what she wants. Not telling Scotty exactly what she wants, but she feels like she's more clear. So Scotty does feel like he has complete confirmation that she's sure that, and I think he said he doesn't have complete confirmation that he's sure that she is as sure as she says she is. I don't think he has complete confirmation, he said. And Arya says she can't give him that reassurance. All she could do is let him know how much she loves him. But she never said she was sure about being with you, though. So what do you mean when you say I don't feel like I have complete confirmation that you're as sure as you say that you are? But see, that's the thing, though. That may be the very confirmation that she's as sure as she says she is, because she's sure that she don't want to be with your ass. Right? So that's a strong possibility, because she never said that she wanted to be with you. So there's that. So he says that he issued the ultimatum to tell her how deep his love is for her. And she says she told him and showed him, but he doesn't feel it. Like, I've shown you that I love you. I'm giving you everything. You don't feel it. I can't make you feel it. She says if it doesn't get reciprocated, or if I don't get reciprocated energy, then she says she can't, and says she'll stay with him. She can't say that she'll stay with him. And they both pretty much get to make the decision, and not just him. And I'm glad that she told his ass that. Like, all of this doesn't fall on you, nigga. Are you crazy? I got a decision in this too. I don't have to be with you if I want to. I'm like, yes, find your backbone, girl. Put the pieces together. All right, so he wouldn't kiss her. She leaning in, kissing him. She told him he loved her. I mean, she loved him, and he finally told her he loves her back. But the way he told her he loves her, to me, was giving this is the end. And I hate that this is the end, but this feels like the end. And I said, I sure hope it is, girl. I sure hope it is. So now it's time for them to get ready to leave and make and find out what the decision is going to be on either side. Okay. So it appears they're going to start off with Sandy first, and it looks like Sandy is going to meet with JR. Even though they showed us that glimpse on this episode, I feel like next week they're gonna start with a whole nother group, a whole nother person. And I feel like they may be the last to decide. I feel like Nick, Sandy, JR may be the very last ones we see. But who knows? They might not. Okay, they might not. Maybe it's gonna be Zaria. I mean, not Zaria, but Arya and Scotty. We'll see. But we'll find out what's gonna happen on next week's episode. I don't remember them going to the person that they were in a trial marriage with. I forgot about that. I don't remember them going to the person they were in a trial marriage with and making a decision and then going to the person they actually want to marry. So I can't remember. It's been a minute since I seen like season 2 or whatever. But y'all let me know if that's how it typically goes or if they're doing something new this year. But that's all that I got for you guys at this time. Y'all can leave y'all thoughts and comments down below about the show. I enjoyed it. But yeah, that's all I got for right now. I'll catch you guys in the next one, honey. Bye-bye.